This massive crowd proves that once again, Mont Saint Sauveur is the place to be. Over 10,000 shred-starved fans have shown up to witness the madness. These riders all have 60 minutes to complete 2 judged runs. Now, the structure of the finals allows for so many different strategies, it's going to be very exciting to see which of these riders can play their cards right and in turn be crowned the king and queen of the 2010 Ride Shakedown. Let's get to the action.
As these riders come down to the starting gate, they've got one thing on their minds. How do I approach this contest? Do I throw down a big trick early, putting pressure on the other riders? Or do I wait until time is winding down, then they know exactly what they need to do to win? Dropping in first is Seb Toutant. This is the only competitor that's ever won this event twice, and therefore knows exactly what it takes to win. He's coming off a pretty serious ankle injury that's kept him off his board for most of the year. Apparently it's feeling pretty good tonight. Seb starts things off with the Tootsie Roll, his signature trick, which is a backside 1080 double cork. This is a practice run for American Eric Willett. This kid is having an insane season. After a first place finish at the European X Games, he followed that up with a second place finish at the US stop. This guy is definitely a contender at tonight's event. Willett is one of our competitors that can spin the 1080 double cork, but he chooses to go frontside opposite to Toutant. Also coming in for a practice run, 17-year-old Mark McMorris. This kid from Saskatchewan kills it. He took down the semifinals with a backside 1080 double cork, not unlike Seb Toutant's Tootsie Roll. Here's a closer look of Mark McMorris warming up with the backside 7. The first judged run of the Ride Shakedown this year is called by Eric Willett. All the way from Colorado, this 22-year-old is looking to throw down the frontside 1080 double cork. Let's see what he's got. Boom! Stomping his first judged run of the night, coming in hot to the flat rail, frontside board 270 out, Eric Willett turning up the heat early. This is the perfect start for Eric. He's got great style, he holds his board all the way around and stomps it clean.
It's crazy. I love doing night events. It just kind of makes everything seem more intense, and then with this big of a crowd, you're standing up there getting ready to drop in, and you definitely feed off of it.
Mark McMorris is called for his first judged run, and he's eyeing up the backside 1080 double cork. This is the same trick that won Seb this event last year, and Mark used to get him first place in the semis earlier today. There it is, stomping the landing out of the frying pan into the fire. Mark opting for the flat rail. Frontside board 540 out. That's what it's going to take to win it. Mark putting pressure on the other riders, but he still has one more run to try to up the ante. From top to bottom, Mark's run is flawless. The backside 10, he falls out of the sky, smack into the sweet spot. Coming up to the rail, frontside board, 540 out, 1.5 rotations, perfect.
I put it down as best as I could, and I stepped up my rail trick from the semis, and the crowd was stoked, so hopefully the judges are too.
Seb Toutant has called his first judged run and is looking to do the backside 1080 double cork, hopefully as good as Mark McMorris. He finds himself in uncharted waters here, playing catch-up at the Ride Shakedown. Last year's champ, see what he's got. That was huge. He landed in a different area code. Coming up on the same rail that Mark McMorris did a 540 on. Oh, Seb only gets the 270. He's looking pretty happy with that run. Let's take another look. His Tootsie Roll is huge. You can see him coming way down the landing. But here on the rail, the 270 just isn't enough to top McMorris's run. But both these riders have one run left, not to mention the rest of the field knocking at the door.
There's only a few minutes left here at the Ride Shakedown, and the energy is unbelievable. The riding has been insane, and the crowd is starting to lose its collective mind. But it's not over yet, and anything can happen before we crown the champions here in 2010.
Checking in with the women, we have Lynn Neal, 25 years old from Utah. She's calling the backside 360 here on her second judged run. Take note, this is the same trick that Hannah Beeman used to win last year. Whoa, getting her feet underneath her, just hanging on to that backside 3. Lynn coming into the flat rail, 50-50, backside 180 out, and that's gonna put her into first place for now. On her backside 3, you can see she starts off well, but then gets a little bit squirrely before putting it down. Up next for her second and final judged run, Megan Ginter. She won this event Summit at Snoqualmie and is looking to do the same here at Saint Sauveur, calling the backside 720. We are yet to see any woman land this trick at the Ride Shakedown. And there it is, Megan Ginter with the backside 720 coming into the flat bar, 50-50, frontside 180 out. She is definitely the #1 contender so far this year in the women's category at the Ride Shakedown. If you watch Megan's shoulders, you can really see her snap those around to get the full 2 rotations before putting down the landing. With time winding down, Matt Belzile wants to show everybody that he came to play. Backside 1260 is his call on his second and final judged run. We have never seen anybody complete the backside 12 at this event. That's 3.5 rotations. Matt Belzile making history, losing a little bit of speed coming into the rail, up on the flat bar. Oh, pops off just a little bit early. Unfortunately, with the way they weight this event, 50% on the jump and 50% on the rail, there's no way he's gonna be a contender for the win. It's one thing to spin at 12, it's another thing to spin it like this. Full control, grabs the board all the way around, unbelievable.
I've tried them so many times and only landed a handful, so it feels pretty good to land one in a judged run, so.
In a judge run.
It's pretty sick.
Congrats. I
Thank
think
you.
everybody's happy and have a smile because of you right now.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Back to the top, Seb Toutant in the starting gate, his second judged run. He's also calling the back 1260, but he's gonna throw down the double cork, trying to go off axis twice, all the while spinning around 3.5 times. Oh, just unable to hang on. You can really see how hard this extra 180 makes this trick. Coming down blind, Seb can't see his landing and just can't hold it together.
C'est fort là cette fois-là.
Ah, j'ai essayé le back 12 double cork. J'allais un petit peu trop gros, landé un petit peu trop lourd sur mes talons. Fait que j'ai tombé. Mais j'étais à ça, fait que on va sûrement le voir l'année prochaine.
After posting the top score of the night in his first run, Mark McMorris is called for his second judged run. He's opted for the backside 1260. After completing the 10 in his first run, he couldn't go back to his safety trick. Oh, he comes up a little bit short, but his first run score will still earn him the win. Let's take another look at Mark's winning run. This young rider from Saskatchewan threw down that backside 10 double cork, and then here on the rail, he's got that extra half rotation coming off that really set him apart from the rest of the field. And American Megan Ginter getting the backside 720 for the first time ever here at the Ride Shakedown for the women, and also making history by winning both the US and Canadian stops of the Ride Shakedown. I'm here with the champions of the Ride Shakedown 2010. We got Mark Morissette on the men's side and Megan Ginter on the women's side. Mark, growing up in Saskatchewan, you did the unthinkable today by taking down the proverbial Goliath in Seb Toutant, the only 2-time winner here at the Ride Shakedown. What's going through your head right now?
Super stoked. I ride with Seb almost every day, and just to be on the podium with him for the first time, I can't believe it's happened. Super stoked to win, actually.
Congratulations, well deserved. Megan, a few weeks ago, we were in this exact same position in Snoqualmie. You were at the top of the podium. What is it about this event that allows you to ride so well?
I don't know, I just like it a lot better than most slope styles. It's a lot more laid back, and I don't know, just having the one jump and being able to session until you feel ready is kind of gives you that advantage, I guess.
Well, congratulations to both of you, and have a good time tonight.
Thank you.
After yet another unbelievable event, we're gonna call it quits for the 9th edition of the Ride Shakedown. Got to give a big shout out to Ride Snowboards, Mont Saint Sauveur, all the competitors and the fans that came out to support them. We hope you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you next year when we celebrate Ride Shakedown's 10th anniversary. Later!